you are here to contribute to this planet. So you have to work every day to be the light that you want to see in this world. Hey, it's Bree, and I have some advice for you. This is my first time ever doing any kind of video like this. I like to make videos that I feel in my spirit, if that makes sense. And this was a video that I felt in my spirit. This idea was already on my mind, but after I uploaded my story time about how I dropped out of high school and why I dropped out of high school, a significant amount of you guys was like, well, we're gonna need more tips, sis. Like, I know you were not just gonna drop that story time and then tell us to believe in ourselves and not tell us how. So I was thinking about you guys all day, and I literally made a list for you guys. You probably can't see it because of the ring light, but I made a list of all of the core advice I would want to give anybody that I actually cared about. And it's also advice that I feel like I had to fight to learn. That shit is not easy, okay? It's definitely not easy. Nothing I'm gonna tell you today you're just gonna be able to walk out into the world and do. All of this stuff is technically advice that is gonna require some kind of mental development, or like, what am I trying to say, like mental strength. That's why I decided to give you this advice, because I care about you guys and it has helped me. And I feel like I'm a kick-ass person, and I want you guys to be kick-ass people too. So let's get into it. Now, before I go ahead and give away this advice, nothing is free, baby. Nothing is free. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this video, you guys are gonna wanna see Bree all the time, every time I upload. Let's get into it. I'm definitely feeling very close to Oprah right now, because who doesn't love Oprah? The first piece of advice that I want to give you guys, that I honestly feel like I was raised with, like I feel like it was instilled in me, is that everything you need is within you. You really don't need anybody for anything, not for validation, not for motivation, not to start something, and not to finish anything. And I'll give you an example. That story time that I uploaded where I was like, I had to break up with my best friend was kind of being shady and fake, and I was just like, bye. Before, like leading up to that point, I valued his opinion so much on so many things, and I wouldn't want to take Instagram pictures if he wasn't the one taking them. Like, I only felt like his vision was the vision for me, and I kind of like put him on this pedestal. And then when he went and exhibited that behavior, I realized, like, I don't need him. I was already Brianna before I was friends with him, and that's how we became friends in the first place. So he didn't make me. Anything that I want, I can go create on my own, or I can put myself out there and meet people. Like, how do I explain it? When you don't believe in yourself, when someone leaves you, like the example that I just gave, all that you need is within you. Give yourself a day to be in your feelings and to feel some type of way, because the day after that happened, I wasn't able to get back to my camera and film a video until 2 days later, or like a day and a half later. So I had to give myself a day to walk around the house mad and have an attitude and tell anybody who wanted to hear. But then the next day, I had to put myself into action. Another thing that I mean when I say that everything you need is within you, basically what I'm saying is you need to quiet your spirit. A lot of the time, there's so many things going on in your mind. You're worrying, oh, I can't pay this. Oh, I'm not gonna pass this. Oh, I'm not gonna be on time to this. Nobody acknowledges me. Should I even try this? Is this worth the risk? You have so many questions going on in your mind, and because those questions are not being answered, it's creating doubt and it's creating worry. And what you really need to do is kind of like isolate yourself and quiet your soul. Now, a lot of the times we feel like we need things from an external source, whether it be sugar daddies, whether it be best friends, whether it be family, whatever you feel like you may need to fulfill you, it's kind of a lie, because everything that you need is within you, and you just need to be able to get yourself alone and be alone with yourself enough to realize that you have all the answers and only you know what's best for you. If I had to sum it up, like how to be a bad bitch for dummies, when I say everything you need is within you, I mean that your priority should be you and listening to the voice within yourself. You need to be alone. You kind of need to isolate yourself, and you need to quiet your spirit, whether it be through prayer, whether it be through meditation, whatever gets you through life. You just need to be able to be alone with yourself to hear that inner voice and that inner wisdom. You need to trust yourself, and you need to be able to hear yourself, your true self. You need to be able to be comfortable enough with yourself to where you don't lie to yourself, where you can trust that inner voice and that inner wisdom. And if you're not even hearing that voice, then you need to quiet your spirit to where you can. I feel like a lot of times these days we put a lot of pressure on other people, and we don't take responsibility for ourselves, and we blame a lot of other external factors on why we can't do stuff, or fear, or there's so many different things. And I'm just really trying to give like a general overall like statement, and whatever fear you're trying to face, whatever dream you're trying to conquer, all the answers are within you. You just need to know you enough to be able to hear it. It took me a lot of takes to make that make sense, so let's go on to the next thing. So the next piece of advice that I really want to tell you guys that was really hard for me to learn is failure is good for you. Okay? Nobody wants to hear that. Sometimes fear holds you back from even trying and failing. You guys need to get to a point where you would rather fail than not chase your passion, because you can only really learn from experience, and experience comes from failure. When you succeed at something, when you're good at something, you don't learn anything. You just go on to the next thing and conquer that and conquer that. But when you fail at something, when you get a bad review, when you get an F, there's something inside of you that's like, oh, now I need to do this again. Now I need to learn this again. I'm not talking about in the sense of failing in school. I'm literally talking about failing in life, because that's harder. When you fail in school, you can go, oh my God, like I'm gonna make it up with the next test, or I'm gonna do this with the next test. No, when you fail in life, it's a little more deterring, because you don't know when you're gonna get that opportunity again. You know what I'm saying? If you go on American Idol and you don't pass the producers round, you don't know when you're gonna get that opportunity again. So you need to know yourself, trust yourself, and understand that through those failures, it's building character and it's building greatness. You cannot be afraid to fail. And I feel like that fear alone pigeonholes so many people to where they get on Twitter and they get on the shade room and they hate Beyonce and they hate Cardi B and they hate all these people, because those people didn't have fear of failing. Nothing that you really truly want in life, whether it be a career, whether it be being a mom, you're going to face failures, and that's the only way to get better. There is literally no way around it. So failure is good for you. So if we know that everything that we need is within ourselves, this third piece of advice is own who you are. Own yourself. When you find out who you are, own that bitch. I am so far from a perfect person, and I have no problem admitting that. I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets on Twitter and overly apologizes for how they live their life, or I own who I am. And if I'm gonna be somebody in life, I want people to know from the beginning that I'm okay with who I am, and I'm learning every day, and I'm trying. And even if I wasn't trying, even if I wasn't applying myself and somebody called me on my shit, I would own, hey, this is an opportunity for me to learn. If you own every single thing about yourself, what can somebody clock about you? Really. And I feel like today, everybody, and maybe this is just me being biased because now I do YouTube and I spend so much time on Twitter and I see all these influencers bullied into apologies and this and that. We are not perfect people. We are just like you, and we just decided, hey, I hate my life. I want to share my shitty life online. You know what I'm saying? Own everything that you do, bruh. So then when somebody says that you did something, everybody's like, oh yeah, that sounds like her. And it's laughable. Not everybody's like, oh my God, she did that? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, you know how much drama you will cut out of your life by just owning who you are unapologetically, because nobody can make up rumors about you, and if they do try to make up rumors, they won't even be a surprise to anybody. I mean, come on. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just own it. Own it. If you're a terrible person, I obviously work on that, but don't sit up here and try to be the complete opposite, because then you're living two different lives, and that's just unnecessary pressure. Just be a shitty person trying not to be a shitty person. You get what I'm saying? I hope that kind of makes sense. I don't know. I just feel like there's so much power in owning who you are, because nobody could clock you. And if nobody could clock you, you have the power, because you know that everything is within you and you know you. So when you own it in public in front of other people, it's gonna make other people uncomfortable. I mean, I deal with a lot of jealousy. When I was growing up, people hated me just because I was comfortable in my skin. So yeah, you're gonna take a lot of L's being confident, but who are we trying to please here? Ourselves or other people who are not gonna matter, who are not gonna pay our bills, and who would probably enjoy seeing us fail more than they would enjoy seeing us happy? I mean, so let's get into this next piece, because this piece of advice literally kicked my ass when I was growing up, and I feel like somebody needs to hear this. This one is probably gonna even rip my wig off, because it's just so hard to admit. And y'all, okay, so this next piece of advice is hard work builds character. It does. This piece of advice was hard as hell for me, because I was just so entitled and spoiled growing up, and everything came natural to me. I was naturally smart. I was naturally popular. I was naturally attention seeking. I never had to try for anything. And when I became an adult, I realized that like those blessings had run out, and dealing with adulthood is like really like, it's a wake-up call, y'all. Like it's a wake-up call, because you have to ask yourself, how can I maintain this lifestyle that my parents have given me on my own, working this job, this entry-level job? And you kind of try to find shortcuts around that, and I know I did. I was like, I'll date old men, I'll catfish old men, I'll hook up with rappers, I'll do whatever I gotta do. Like, y'all, I really wanted to be like I wanted a Karrueche story, okay? I was just hoping that Chris Brown was gonna see me working in Beverly Hills and wanna wife me. Mind you, I look nothing like Karrueche, so that is like a 1 in a billion chance. And especially if he walked into my job, I mean, I definitely, y'all, nothing in this world is gonna come if you're not working towards it. Nothing. 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 Even the people who seem like they blew up overnight, they was working for it. They was working for it, y'all. Like, they had a vision for themselves and they worked towards it. And I feel like a lot of my friends that I'm around, like, they just don't inspire me, because what do you think? Do you think that being rich and famous is just gonna fall out of the sky? It's not gonna happen. Even Kim Kardashian had to clean closets. You have to pay your dues. And I'm gonna drill this in your head. Like, if you guys need to watch this video again and again, this is the main point that you need to get. Hard work builds character. You're not gonna get nothing if you're not working towards it. Period. When you work hard, you are self-reliant, baby. You don't need nobody. And that's the last thing you want, is for somebody to say that they made you, or they put you on, or you needed them. Work hard to where you get all the credit, and you are self-made. So the next piece of advice that I really want to share with you guys that I wish I had growing up is you're in control of your own reality. A lot of stuff on the timelines these days are so triggering and so ridiculous, because they need to get a reaction out of you. That's why everybody is going above and beyond. That's why everybody's being so corny. That's why everybody's being so fake woke, because they need you to get some kind of reaction. So because of that, I have developed this knowledge that the world that I want to live in, I need to be able to create for myself. I'm in control of my reality. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in this world that I have no control over, and to a certain extent, I shouldn't even know. Like, if you live across the country, what could you do for me during the California wildfires? You can't do anything. You're just stressed out. You're worried about it. And it's like, for what? You can't do anything. Like, just say a prayer and move on with your life. Like, you're in control of your reality. And I feel like so much stuff is constantly always coming at us that we just get stuck. And we walk around in this aura or in this vibe that like everything is just happening to us and we have no control over anything. And that's why we have to literally beg each other to vote and stuff like that. Like, if people knew that they were in control of their own reality, if people were self-assured and self-reliant and they were the light that they wanted to see in this world, instead of sitting around waiting for other people to be the change that they want to see, like, you know, change starts within yourself, right? Like, all the great things that have happened in this world, like, nobody just sat around and was like, oh, I hope somebody, like, imagine if Martin Luther King just sat around and was like, damn, like, I hope these white people care that I want rights. When I would be feeling like really depressed and really poor and I couldn't pay my bills and I would go on Instagram, I would just feel like the ultimate failure in life. Like, I just hated life because I would go on Instagram and it was just a 24-hour, I look better, my life is better, my relationship is better. Focus on things that feed you. Find people that feed your soul. If you guys really truly need influencers like that, find people who have stuff to say and it seems genuine. It doesn't seem like, oh, let me say this because this is woke and this is what people need to hear. Like, hopefully you guys are able to differentiate people who really mean what they say and people who are just saying it because they want clout for being woke or likable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the change that you want to see in this world and in your life starts within you. All this advice that I'm giving you circles back to you. So if you genuinely want to be a better person, you're going to watch this video and you're going to go, damn, I need to look within me. But if you have a hard time looking within you, maybe I need to come up with another video idea because I can't relate. And that leads me into this next point. Humble yourself. Your pride is going to stop you from receiving everything that you need to receive from this video. If you made it this far and nothing clicked, it's your pride. I'm stubborn and I have a lot of pride. And my pride has held me back from so many learning opportunities. Stuff that could have been easy ended up being unnecessarily hard because of my pride, because I didn't ask for help. Being prideful and not humbling yourself, life is going to beat you down until you realize that you're not in control. You can tell yourself you applied for that job, you wrote out the application, you did this, you did that, but you need to humble yourself because at the end of the day, you weren't in that person's ear when they made that final decision that it was you that they wanted. So you need to humble yourself. I'll give you an example. I turn this ring light on and I sit in front of this camera. Nobody has to click and watch this. It's the fact that you guys do click and watch it that I feel so small, so blessed, and so thankful. It's the fact that you guys choose to message me on Instagram, completely outside of this platform. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Find me outside of this platform and send me love. When people appreciate me sitting in front of a camera and doing this because I'm passionate about this, and people connect with it, that's humbling. Because there was a time in my life where I just felt like people should pay attention to me just because I'm Brianna and I'm alive. Hard work humbled me. Bad decisions humbled me. Realizing that when I was doing it on my own, I wasn't right. And that I should probably listen. I'm starting to feel some type of way as I say this about humbling yourself. Because it's like, do you know how much the world will open up to you if you just admit that, like, you're small? You're insignificant? You need help and you need to help other people need help. When you humble yourself and then all of a sudden you want to be nice to people instead of tearing them down. When you humble yourself and you can look at somebody else and see their hard work and not be a hater. And that's pretty much all the advice I wanted to share. I hope I made sense, and I hope I was really helpful with you guys, because honestly, this video was not as easy as I thought it was gonna be, because I definitely didn't just want to come on here and give you guys some fake self-help crap, but at the same time I want you guys to leave and feel like you can apply these to your life. I had to earn me, and I'm still earning me, and I just want to thank you guys for coming with me on this journey and supporting me. And this was just like my little way of giving back to you guys, because if we're gonna grow together, I always wanted a YouTuber to tell me, okay, well, how did you get to this place? Like, yeah, you're entertaining, but like, how did you get to this place? So as I grow, I definitely want to drop like little seeds here and there, so you guys could kind of like follow in my footsteps and, you know, take a little bit of piece of me. And if I could give you any part of me, I would definitely want it to be the strongest and the most positive. If you guys like this video, go ahead and turn that thumbs up. Blue, support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below, and tell me what more you guys want to see from me, or if you guys relate, anything, just let off in the comments. You know I read them, you know I comment back. But with that being said, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.